Fellow Toastmasters, Madam Toastmaster. I'm on a board for an organization called the Trevor Project. By a show of hands, has anybody heard of the Trevor Project? The Trevor Project is an organization, for those that don't know, that tries to help with teen suicide. I'm the president of that board, and yesterday was our board meeting. I had a very hectic day yesterday. My child, my oldest, 16-year-old, got called into the principal's office after having a fight. So I went to the school to find out what had happened. I learned a lot at this meeting because I learned that defending yourself gets you suspended, while accidentally pushing someone down a flight of stairs is just an accident. So I was a little perturbed. I have a 4-year-old as well. About 3 weeks ago, another 4-year-old in his class was licking the wall. And so he gently nudged him and told him, hey, cut that out. Again, got called into the principal's office to discuss why my child was bullying another child. So it caused me to pose some questions in my head. When I was growing up as a kid, I was bullied all the time. It was part of growing up. It was that what kills us makes us stronger, right? What does not kill us makes us stronger. So as I grew up, I learned that if you got pushed, if you got beat up a little bit, oh well, you survived it. In August of 2012, 14 kids committed suicide because of teen bullying. I have an issue when I see that aspect of life, and when I come to the understanding of what is teen bullying, what is bullying in general, and what makes it okay for one kid to push a child down a flight of stairs and as opposed to punching a kid. What's the difference, and why are people not doing anything about it? My child, my 16-year-old is gay, and I'm more than proud of him for coming out and having the courage. The issue that I boil down to is he was being picked on, verbally picked on. Ashton John is a 14-year-old boy who lives in Katy, Texas. He went to school one day. He was told that he was no good, he was a wimp. So he goes home, and his parents found him hanging from a tree. Something's not right, because that did kill us. That did kill this little boy. I don't think that teen bullying is something that can be avoided any longer. I think it's a pressing issue that everyone has to start addressing immediately. It doesn't call for us to say, oh, kids will be kids, oh, we can just grow up. It's a point where we have to start saying, okay, no, enough is enough. And regardless of whether or not my son was in the right or wrong for punching the kid, which of course he was wrong and he got grounded for it, but the child that pushed him down the flight of stairs because he's gay got nothing. So I asked myself about justice. Is that just? I can't say that I believe it is. However, I can say that my son has learned a valuable lesson. He's learned that you don't get to go throwing punches at someone else. My 4-year-old told me the other day, he said, Daddy, you've been through a lot in your life. How do you keep from just wanting to punch everybody in the world? I told him, I said, oh, trust me, there are times where I want to punch everybody in the world, but we have to take it a little differently. At my board meeting yesterday, the entire organization started talking. There are 28 board members, and they were in an uproar about teen suicide. How are we going to stop this, and what are we going to do? And we came up with a program called a mentoring program. The issue that was brought up was, let's have one of our board members be there for a teenager. Just one, one teenager, help them out, they're going through a hard time. But Ashton John never told anyone he was going through a hard time. sure the teachers at school might have noticed that he was a little awkward or a little quiet, but that's just being shy. So I posed the question to my board, what do we do? How do we understand what's going on in a child's life? Because most kids aren't going to say, hey, guess what happened to me today? I got pushed down a flight of stairs. Instead, most kids say, oh, it was just a day. It troubles me that bullying has become what it has become in schools. It seems like it's a rite of passage for us. And I personally didn't like my rite of passage. I still have issues in today's life dealing with my rite of passage, we'll call it. I posed the question to the school. He was defending himself. He punched the kid. He drew blood. So that's the get, is he drew blood? Fellow Toastmasters, something has to change in our world. We have to become a world that's saying to our young people, it gets better, things are okay, we love you no matter what, regardless of if you agree with what they're doing in their life. We have to get to a point where as a community, we're loving everybody, because sometimes we don't have that love at home, and sometimes we don't have that experience. What I'd like for you guys to take away from what I'm saying today is that sometimes things in life aren't just. And sometimes people that have issues in their lives don't always speak about them. So what are we going to do as a community to help those people that aren't speaking understand that it gets better so that we don't have any more teen suicides?